language, no mugging. No stress on learning definitions. Now, can I just remind you, this is not anti-grade, this is not Euroschool, this is the government of India. This document sat in the Lok Sabha, it was passed by the government. This is the government's policy. They went on to say, maths and science, more hands-on and project-based. Real life stuff, in effect. Not all this theory. The primacy of children's experiences, their voices and active involvement in learning should be paramount. Okay? So the school should run around your child, not your child around the school. In the classroom, it's not that it's what's called teacher-centric. The teacher stands at the front and the children have to do whatever they're told to do. It should be the other way around. And the one that I like the most, learning at school should pave the way for fostering creativity and become a source of joy, not stress. School should be a joyful experience, not a stressful one. Okay? Let me tell you, if this was our national curriculum document in the UK, I would be very, very happy with it. It's excellent. I don't know who wrote it, but it's excellent. It hits all the right buttons. The question then is, why are Indian schools not doing this? Indian schools generally are stressful places for kids. They do not go out of the classroom. They do not do practical things. They sit and they mug. Precisely what the government said they were not going to do. Well, one of the reasons people say they mug is because they have exams to sit. Your class 10 exam. Okay, well, they thought of that as well. Examinations should seek a shift from content-based testing, i.e. bugging, okay, to problem-solving and competency-based assessment, i.e. we are less interested in what you know, we want to know what you can do. Less interested in what you know, because that machine can do that for you. We want to know what you can do. Okay? And I'm going to stop and remind you again, this is the policy statement of the government of India. So, however slowly, this is the way it's going. Okay? However slowly, this is the way it's going. So these things where CBSE, you must have read, is changing away, not giving marks anymore, it's going to start giving grades. This is the kind of thing that it's coming from. Okay? So it's changing. Now it's changing slowly because you and I both know that the government of India can say one thing and do another. Most governments actually do it. But trying to get this theory down to the bottom of the Indian school system will take a long, long time. Regrettably, because there's a training need. But it doesn't stop an individual school or group of schools deciding today that yes, we're going to do this. Now, today. And let everybody else follow us. Now, I guess most of you are Eurokids parents. I guess you're here because you've had a happy experience with Eurokids. And that's something that all the groups of parents I talk to up and down the country have in common. They all say they're happy with Eurokids. But then they say, but we're going to have to put our children back into that old CBSE school down the road. And it's for that reason that Eurokids has decided to develop Euroschool. So we are going to look at an environment which is this, and which fosters creativity and imagination and personality. That's important is our curriculum. We have rewritten the CBSE curriculum into what's called pupil performance standards, which is an American way of doing things. And we teach in a different way. We teach those through classroom activities, visits. Most of our schools are now becoming what they call smart class schools. You may have read that Eurokids has linked up with a company called Educom in Noida. They are the manufacturers of smart class, interactive classroom technology in India, and very good at this too. We have linked up with them, and those are the kinds of schools that we are bringing up now. From June this year, we feel over the last few years we've gone through a kind of slightly experimental stage. We have now got 11 schools up and running from June, and in fact I think probably 12th one being in Nadiad, and they're all over the country. Bangalore, the Hyderabad school has over 700 kids in it. We'll have 1,200 kids in it next term. We've got schools in small towns in Karnataka, Assam, Tumkur, Telangana. A school in Guwahati is opening this year. Another one in Tura, Meghalaya, Ahmedabad, one in Jalna, and we're building ourselves what will be our flagship school in Mumbai. It too will be opening this coming spring. So we've moved out of the kind of trying things out era, and we're now moving into actually building schools. You'll remember that EuroKids started 6 years ago with 2 pilot schools in South Mumbai. 2. You know how many EuroKids there are now nationwide? It's over 500. Now, we don't expect numbers of 10 plus 2 schools to grow like that, but we do expect to be running 12 schools this spring, 20 next spring, maybe 50 or 60 within, say, 5 years. We definitely see this for us as the next big thing, and we're investing a lot of money into that. Break down the line CBSE curriculum, but within the context of accepted standards in terms of curriculum planning, delivery, performance management, support. So it's the CBSE, but delivered in a manner which would have more in common with a UK, Europe, US country. If you want it in one little sentence, okay, it's not what we do. What we do is the CBSE. Okay? It's not what we do, it's how we do it. Okay? It's not what we do, it's how we do it. Thank you very much for your time.
Will be like extending for first standard. What about the next standards? Like if we continue ahead with the school, what about the next standards? Like will it be extended up to further standards?
N+2, right the way up. Different schools are at different stages of development. I think here we're starting with class 1, and then next year we'll add class 2 and class 3 and so on. The school in Hyderabad that I was mentioning, for instance, is up to class 7 at the moment, and we'll start class 8 next year. So yes, it will be going right the way up to class 12.
Asking your queries. This is a wonderful platform. Andy probably is now going to be around after let's say 6 months or 8 months down the line. Yeah, so you can catch it right now. Any questions?
I think perhaps can I just add 2 little things that I haven't mentioned. One is that as we're setting up a group of schools, it's a policy of us, Euroschool, that if your child is in EuroKids, you will get automatic entry to Euroschool. Okay, there's no examination or any of that kind of, no examination for the parents either.